Welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to improve your slow stitching as a beginner. So, if you're a very beginner, what is there to improve? So, I'm going to show you techniques for design layout, and I'm going to show you some simple embroidery stitches that you can do that are basic sewing stitches that can be used in any hand sewing, quilting, slow stitching, embroidery techniques that you can expand upon as your skills grow. And we're also going to open some Happy Mail today for our community challenge. And I hope that you are going to take part in this community challenge because it's something super simple. And if you want to find out more about it, head over to my video that I will be linking somewhere for you to watch and get all the details about it. So let's get started with the Happy Mail and showing you those tips that I just mentioned to you. Okie dokie. Alright, so I have my scissors, I have my pin cushion, I have all the embroidery thread. So hopefully I don't need anything else that's not right here. And I am going to incorporate some seed beads into this project. I thought that would be a nice addition. And when you see me doing it, you'll see how to do it. It's very easy. And you can pick up these at thrift stores, garage sales, any jewelry making friends you have, just ask them for some seed beads because there's plenty. And if they're a jewelry maker, they're going to have a lot of them that they can spare. Okay, so this has got a lot of pink going on in it, so I'm thinking I want to put some of the pinks, the whites, the greens, everything that I'm seeing in here, and the colors that are here are what I am going to, I see, no, there's no yellow. Is there yellow? No. Okay, no yellow, so put the yellow back. All right, and then there's like more iridescent, clearer beads, a couple shades of green. What else do we have? We do have some kind of leaning toward an orangish. So I'm going to get the orange out here, another pink. Okay, so that'll get me started. These are darker than the pink still. I don't want to go red. Okay. Now the embroidery thread, I'm thinking I'm going to stick with a neutral because I really want the seed beads to be the pretty focal attention grabber. Okay, so I don't know, I might do some pinks in there too. So we'll just see. Now, when I sit down, the first thing that comes into my mind, which were the seed beads, I said, okay, I know right then, I start to get those creative juices flowing. I know what I want to add. But as far as the design element part of it goes, that is more of a free-flowing kind of a style. It's not like I automatically just know, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Nope, I start to handle the pieces, I start to touch them, and then like consciously and subconsciously, my little brain is working on, okay, what are we going to do with these pieces, these elements? Now, if you watched my other two videos, the process videos, and how I took the pieces and then what I did. The first one I did the cluster. The second one I just kind of left it really simple. Then added the yo-yo and the button and the word sentiment. So with this one, I think I want to start with this one here. Okay, so I'm going to take the butterfly little pin off, and then I'm going to take this butterfly pin off. And now we have the little fibers and the pink flower, and then this beautiful vintage crochet trim. Can be used really either way. Kind of like it on this side. And then we have the nice word scripture here. Kind words are like honey sweet to the soul. Isn't that nice? I like that. And then the batting is right there. And this fabric is available at Hobby Lobby. So if you like that, then you can find it there. And if you go on the 40% off week, because every other week they do the 40% off coupon. Okay, now I'm looking at this and I'm just wondering, I didn't want to cover up the words. I would like to try to keep the wording. So let me see how I'm going to do that. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut this up a little bit, and then the little fringy and the flower, I'm thinking I might use it in one of the corners. Again, I'm still just playing around here to see, is it even going to go, or is this too much? I think this is like really too much. So I'm going to lay it to the side, and then I'm going to start working with these little fibers just to see. Okay, what do I have here? All right, since this is an open weave on here, I'm going to see what does this look like to kind of weave it through. Okay, that is not solid, so let's start this way. It's so lightweight, it's like it's hard to get a hold of. Okay, there we go. All right, so there, isn't that pretty? I like that. Okay, so then this is just like a little smackerel that came off of something. All right, so now let's take the green and let me see if I can do the same thing, but I don't want to go in where I just did the other. Let's see if we can go a little bit below it and see what that looks like. So you might have seen like that lace that has the wide open spaces, and those are always perfect for weaving pieces of ribbon or fiber trim like this through. So right away, see, that was just the creative mind taking over and saying, ooh, there's some open spaces there. How about we start with something there? Okay, so let me pull this back through because it's kind of wanting to get out the other end on me. And the green, making sure it's not trying to escape also. There we go. Okay, look at that. Isn't that really pretty? Okay, so now let me lay it back down here. Okay. All right, so now just underneath of the wording here, which I would have to cut it off, or turn it around this way and like that. If I do it this way, then I'm going to lose the B at the top. If I do it this way, I get to keep the B. All right, now let me come back in here with this flower. Let me see. Does it even do anything, or is it just kind of like out of place? What do you think? I don't think this goes with this at all. I'm not feeling it there. So let's take that off. And I kind of like that there. But it's kind of like, it's lonely. It needs something. It needs somebody there with it. Okay, just so that I can see. Okay, so if I did even, yeah, there's just no way to do this. Okay, so I was thinking if I cut it in half and put half of it here, and then put the other half here, that's a possibility. So put a little piece of it there, either put a little piece of it here, going this way, and a little piece, no, I don't know. This is a dilemma. I'm sorry with the B. The B is just going to have to go. But I don't know, there's just something with this combination that is just not, it's just not coming to me. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do something here. Okay, just gonna go with the what I'm creatively sensing here. So I'm gonna just cut this right here. Okay. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to turn it around. And I'm just going to see. Okay, now let's pin this in place here. Let me get this pinned so I can have it not going to fly away from me. All right, now that, okay, that I like. Now it was too plain with it just in one spot. Okay, so now this I like. This is looking good. Now let me take this little piece. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let me see if I can weave it through, and it's just a little bit, but I mean, you know, it's all I have left of it. Put it up here and see if that is enough to tie that together and be okay. Okay, yeah, I like that. Perfect. I am happy with that. Okay, very nice. Pin this into place. Okay. Very nice. I like it. I think it looks good. I think it looks cute. This would be adorable on any project for someone to use. Okay, so I am going to set this one aside, and now I am going to work on this one. I really like the way that turned out. I like the word there as the being nestled between the decorations. All right, so on this one, we're going to take off the little butterfly pin here and the butterfly pin here. Okay, now pick this beautiful sequin medallion flower. Oh, beautiful. Love it. And then let's see what we have. We have this lovely big piece of trim. Oh my goodness, is it absolutely gorgeous. Love that, Diane. And then we have, okay. Oh, that's really cute. Oh, I love this fabric, how that has that little design. Okay, so we have the batting, we have the little foundation piece, and we have this like a small check gingham fabric on there. All right, so now this is what it looks like. Again, let me just audition it, move it around. Doesn't really matter what side. What am I going to do with you? I don't know. So let's take that off for a minute. Lay this back over the top of that. Let me see, turn you around. And I'm thinking this is going to come down here maybe. Something like that. And then possibly, I don't know. I was trying to think. This is so elegant, but I'm thinking it does kind of look, okay, yeah, that looks better like that. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Perfect. It just needed something. So this is now like simple elegance. That's what when I look at that now, that's what I see. Okay, so this I can pull up there a little bit. Okay, so let's pin this into place. All right, get that there. And then let's pin this into place here. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am just going to do some simple, trying to think if I don't know if I want to do, I'm not going to do blanket stitch on this. I probably will do blanket stitch on that. But what I want to do maybe a little bit differently is put a backing fabric on these. Okay, let me see, I have some neutrals here. Okay, this is feed sack. Let me see if I have any just white that I could use. Okay. Okay, that's perfect there. And that's perfect there. Okay, very good. And feed sack fabric is a nicer quality cotton. It's not real sheer and flimsy. Has some substance to it. Okay, so that's going to be that one. I'll cut it in a minute. A little more precise. Appreciate you hanging around with me, watching my videos to the end. That really helps me. Appreciate it very much. And stay tuned because this Sunday I have a big announcement about my channel coming. So I know you're going to really love it as much as I'm going to love it. And it is going to benefit you. So be sure to tune in Sunday. I'm not sure if it'll be morning or afternoon when I put the video up, but you definitely want to see that one. Put pins in both ends because this is, I don't want it to fall, but I'm trying to cut it. Definitely want to make sure your pens are sharp. So when you see me pick up a pen and then put it back, it's because it's not really sharp, it's gotten dull, and then it doesn't want to go through the fabric easily, so. And that does happen. Okay, now I'm going to trim this down. So this way, when you receive it, you'll be able to have that part done for you. And you can still attach it however you want to whatever you want. Okay, so that, I like that. And now we'll do the same thing with this. So when you want it, if you want to find out what the VIP gift is all about, then like I said, you can join my Facebook group, Slow Stitching Sampler. That link is in the description below, or sign up for my Sunshine Makers Club email list, and you will find out there. And I would like to welcome all of my new subscribers, and I really am so happy that you're here. I am grateful for every one of my subscribers, and I'm really trying to continue to grow my community, and I really appreciate you watching my videos. That helps me so much, and it just shows me too how much you appreciate my videos. Alright, so here, okay. Oh, I really love the way this turned out. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about both of these? How pretty are they? Aren't those really pretty? Now, something else I would like to ask for you to let me know in the comments is, would you like to see me do more embroidery stitches here on my channel? Or are you happy with just watching me do the layouts and the decorating, and then I do the stitching off camera and come back and show you the final finished piece? What is it that you like? What resonates with you? And I'm thinking I'm not going to go, I think I'm just going to stitch through where I have the trim, actually. But that would really help me as well with making my videos. What do you need to see more of, and what would you like to see more of, and what do you need help with your projects? So anything that you've seen me doing, anything related here on my channel, and you would like to see more of, or you need help with, then please let me know that in the description, in the comments box. I'm happy that I chose this neutral thread color, because now it is actually blending in really nicely with this, and it's accomplishing what I wanted it to do. I didn't want the stitching to take away from the design element. Sometimes your stitching is what stands out more when you're doing the slow stitch projects. and then your eye is drawn to that. So it just depends on what is your goal with your piece. Do you want your stitches to be the focal point? Then that's where you would spend your time. But with this, no, I want the design element to be the focal point, and you know, maybe a little bit of the stitching might be just as a complement to it, not the focal point. So that's something else you want to take into consideration when you're doing your projects. Do I want the stitching to be the focal point? Is that what I want to stand out? Is that what I want the eye drawn to? Or is it the actual design that I picked out and the layout? So those are things you definitely want to think about when you're doing your projects, and that will make it a lot easier for you to know what you're doing and what you want to accomplish. If it was an embroidery sampler, that would be different, because then yes, now, and that would be an obvious thing. It would be obvious that, oh yeah, look, I am showcasing all of the stitches that I know how to do. But when you're wanting to showcase the actual design, then that's what's going to stand out. So when you look at this, you're not going to be worried about, oh, what kind of stitches did she use? No, you're going to be looking at that and go, wow, look at that. Look at how pretty that is. Look at how that turned out. I never would have thought to do that. You see, that's what I'm going for when I'm doing my hand sewing, my slow stitching. So think about, what are you wanting to be noticed? And are you going to display them? That's another thing. Is it going to be something that only you are going to admire? Or is it going to be something displayed, like a picture or some home decor item? Is it going to be a gift? That's something else you want to consider. Okay, so I was just tacking down this fiber. So now I'm going to knot this off, finish this here, and then I will go to the bottom piece. Okay. And then let's finish that off. And try to keep this tail relatively long, because as you're sewing it gets shorter, and then next thing you know it's popped out, and so you'll be re-threading that needle multiple times. I don't care how experienced of a sewer you are, it happens. There's just no way around it. If you have found a way around it, I would love to know, because I have not found a way around it. It just happens. All right, so basically you're seeing what I've been doing with this. So as soon as I finish this little bit of thread I have, then I'm going to jump over to the other one. Just get that started, because you already know what I want to do with it. And I want to add the seed beads. And I may add seed beads with this one as well. I'm just gonna keep going, and then when I'm all done, it could use a little bit of bling. Never hurts to have a little bit of bling. All right. Tail here, and we're going to come over here, and I like to go into the other stitches And then I just loop it through. It makes it easier for me. And I like to do it at least twice. Okay. All right, so that finishes that one. Excuse me, very simple, very easy, as you can see. So don't you think that that is a slow stitch project that you could accomplish? I think so. So let me know in the comments, and I would love for you to make a little 3x5 and share it with me in the Facebook group. And then when you finally get brave enough, just send me your supplies like you've seen me show you here of what others are doing, and jump in and start participating in the community so that you can be a part of the VIP gift club. And then to get on the list, you have to sign up on the Sunshine Makers Club to be a part of that. Okay, this one, I think I'm going to go a little bolder here. I think I'm going to go with the pink. I think that would be a really pretty contrast, kind of like what I did with blue on the other one. I really think so. This is going to really make this stand out. And I like to separate it because there's 6 strands, and I separate it 3 and 3. Okay, I think that's, yeah. And you learn to be ambidextrous when you're doing embroidery. I don't know how anybody else does theirs, but this is how I do mine, so that because it wants to knot up and tangle up on you and all that fun stuff. And again, that takes experience. And I know there's many tricks out there to prevent it from doing that, but if you want to share that in the comments for our other hand sewers, slow stitchers, then please do. And I would like to know that as well. Okay, so I am going to basically do the same thing that I did with this one as far as the stitching goes. I'm not going to do blanket stitching on this one. I just want to attach the pieces. Okay, and I'm going to stay within this beautiful decorative piece. Try not to poke my little finger. When you're going through several layers, then you definitely need a little bit more strength. So you just barely see the pink peeking out because I'm using small stitches. I don't want big stitches. Maybe like 1/8 of an inch. There's like a little spot here in between each of these circles, and so I'm keeping the stitches within that circle. And it's enough that it will hold it into place, and that's all that matters. So lots of small stitches. This needle pin can come out, not needle, but pin. All right, now I'm going to go down this edge. And just keeping it small stitches here. barely noticeable. And the pattern of this is different shades of pink, so it's easy to kind of blend this color in with all of that. The other pin out now. Okay, so these last few are a little bit longer stitches, so you can see those. Definitely more. There you go. That's what it's looking like. Isn't that nice? Okay, so let's just continue around, and then I will come over here, and then I will be back in a second and we'll show you, and then we'll start adding the seed beads. Alright, so here's what I wound up with, and this is what I decided to do. Instead of adding the seed beads, which I think are not needed because they're so pretty already just like they are, so I'm going to leave them the way they are. And then this one, instead of a horizontal, I like it in this vertical. Don't you think that looks much better? Very, very pretty. But she can do with it however she wants when she receives it. So this one will be mailed back, and then this one goes in the giveaway. And then next video will be me putting together the entry that was received today from Megan, and then that will be presented to you in the next video, which is going to be really fun. So thank you so much, everyone who has been sending in their entries to be used in the giveaways, and also for me to embellish and send back to you. So this is working out really nice. I'm so happy to see all of the participation and the community support and the community coming together like this. Is just very, very nice, and just really is helping us to create something here that is very, very special. So be sure to sign up for the newsletter. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And please answer those questions in the beginning of the video. Leave them in the comments for me. That really helps me with my future videos here on the channel. So stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.